Welcome to today's podcast. Today, we'll talk to you exactly about how you can overcome red shiny object syndrome. So this is something I see over and over again with entrepreneurs, online coaches, and people in general, where they get distracted from what they should be doing. So we're going to go through a 5-step process in terms of what you should do to make sure you don't get caught up with red shiny object syndrome and get led down the garden path, because this is something that's happened to me personally and it's happened to people all the time. And this is one of the most interesting things, is that often the people that I work with, and even people who have mentored me, it's not what they tell me to do that's important, it's what they tell me not to do that's important. So now we're into it. So number one would be define your goals. So with your business, what's the outcome of what you really want? And even if we're talking about fitness, what's the outcome of what you really want? So for example, if you're a fitness trainer, listen to this, you want to understand the perspective. If your goal is to build muscle, you have to focus on that. Because you have to be in a calorie surplus. If your goal is to burn body fat, then you have to be focused on that, you have to be in calorie deficit. What happens is people try and do both at the same time, and they try and chase 2 rabbits at the same time. They don't actually get any progress or go anywhere with it. So what you need to focus on is singularity, focus on one thing at a time. And that comes down to defining exactly what your goals are. So when it comes down to defining your goals with your business, I can make short-term goals and long-term goals. So short-term goal might be this month, this quarter. A longer-term goal might be this year, the next 3 years. And this will help you stay focused and avoid getting sidetracked by new ideas and side projects. So the one thing I'd always say is have one overarching goal. This one thing should be the main thing you focus on, and don't end up having like 30 to 50 different goals. I remember a good friend of mine who's a mentor of mine, he actually said to me, I gave him like 3 goals at the start of the year, and he's like, that's not enough. I was like, that's more than enough. If I try and focus on more than these like 2-3 things, I won't accomplish them and I'll do nothing. So it's really important that you don't get distracted from that. And ways you can often get distracted with red shiny object syndrome is your friend over here is doing Twitter and making loads of money from that, so you think you're going to do it. Or Adam down the street is running YouTube ads to a VSL and that's converting. Now, one thing I would suggest is the easiest thing to do, and this is what I do with all my coaching clients. If you have something that's currently working for you, lean into that. Now, how do you find that out? So one of the things I always ask people is, where did your last 5 clients come from? More often than not, if you say the last 5, probably 3 of them came from the same source or the same strategy. Now, I'd ask you right now, even do it on a bigger scale, work out the last 10 clients you signed up in your business. Where did they come from? Precisely. What platform, what type of message brought them in, what type of strategy? Track that back, find out what that is, do more of that. Double down and lean into what's working and stop getting distracted by trying to start new processes. What you want to focus on doing is getting more efficient and better at what you're doing rather than getting distracted. And this comes into point number 2. It's developing a clear plan. So once you have like clearly defined goals of what you want to achieve, you want to create a plan and break those goals down into smaller manageable tasks and set deadlines for each task. This will help you stay focused and avoid getting distracted with new ideas. And an important thing I want you to do with this, in particular if you have a team, as you develop the plan and the tasks, you want to start delegating these tasks out. So all you want to be doing is the high leverage, high priority tasks that only you can do. That's something that you either enjoy or you excel at. If it's neither of those 2 things, you should be getting someone else to do that. So for the love of God, if you're listening to this and you run an online business, don't do your own admin and accounting, all that sort of crap. Get someone else to do it. Point number 3, when we're trying to avoid red shiny object syndrome, limit your options. So this is why when we're working with online fitness coaches who are looking to scale the business, what we focus on is ideally 2 platforms per person at a time. If I went to you and said, we're going to do all these different strategies, right? We're going to do Instagram organic, we're going to do Instagram paid ads, so we're going to do Facebook organic, Facebook paid ads, we're going to do Facebook groups, we're going to do TikTok, we're going to do YouTube shorts, we're going to do podcasts, we're going to do LinkedIn, we're going to do LinkedIn ads, we're going to do Snapchat, we're going to do email marketing. You'd lose your fucking mind and you wouldn't be able to do any of those. And I'm going to go into a good story. When I moved into Dubai, January in 2022, I came here, I wrote out 15 different, like every lead generation strategy I could think of. And I thought my goal was to do all of these things to get us to scale to $1 million a month. Now, reality, what actually happened, it was a clusterfuck. So what I did, I tried to hire and delegate out to all these people to then implement all these new strategies. And what actually happened was a lot of them didn't work as planned. As most things, nothing ever goes as easy as you think. Ended up taking a huge amount of my involvement trying to pull it off. Your focus is split too thinly. So what I said earlier, you need to focus on singularity of focus. The more projects and businesses you have, the more problems you have. So one of the most stupid things I see people doing, and I did this actually back in the day when I first started my online coaching business, I started a CBD business, selling CBD products on dropshipping. I know nothing about CBD, I know nothing about dropshipping. Why would I go and do that? So focus on your zone of genius, focus on where you are rather than splitting your attention. And here's a saying for you. And that's if you're an idiot, will be a genius when the idiot is only focused on one thing and the genius is focused on 5 things. Think about that. Because the genius is split 5 ways versus an idiot who's only focused on one thing. So focus on the one thing you need to do right now in your business to get to the next level, and that will help you blow up and be successful, and go all in on that thing and go deep, 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 rather than going wide with multiple different products, strategies. Just keep going and lean into what's working. Number 4 is staying organized. So you want to keep your work area organized, everything you do in your life organized. So a great way to tell how organized and successful someone is within a business, take a look at their car. What does the inside of their car look like? Is it full of junk? Is it full of rubbish? Is it full of crap? What does the office look like? Is it tidy? Is it tidy background in the videos they're filming? That will tell you a lot about the person and the way they carry themselves. So this is really, really important. And you want to use tools like calendars, to-do lists, project management software. Like we use Trello a lot to keep everything organized, and particularly when you've got a team of individuals. So 2 softwares we use very well with that are Slack and Trello. For the love of God, if you have a team, don't use WhatsApp for your main primary communication tool. This will not be helpful. Number 5, to finish up, would be practicing mindfulness. So I want you to be mindful of what your main goal is and not rushing into things. So there's something called cognitive bias. And cognitive bias is where you think your own opinion is always going to be the best, or someone else's opinion is going to be the best because of an X reason, which is why it's often one of the best things I've learned is slow down, think, what's the best thing I should do next? And that thinking time can often allow you to redirect your focus back to what you should be doing, rather than going off down an avenue of a side tangent of doing stupid shit you shouldn't be doing. And with this, I'd also say one other thing. Don't let other people come into your life, even though they're great friends, amazing people, distract you and take you off track and off target with what you should be doing. If you're running a successful business and you want to have a successful business, you need to have a schedule. You need to work to your time. You need to not piss around and end up wasting time doing stuff you shouldn't be doing. If you want to get ahead, then you need to put in the work. You need to be proactive. And if you don't do that, then other people will, and they'll get ahead of you. They'll jump ahead of you and you'll fall behind. Hope this was helpful. Key finishing message: singularity focus on what's working, double down on that, go in deep, don't go broad. If you want help blowing up your fitness business, not sure where to start or where to get to the next level, drop me a message on Instagram at Charlie Johnson Fitness, at 7 Figure Scaling Systems with the word scale. Would love to help, and we'll see you in this episode too.